Hello everyone, it's me, Jaded. It's been a while. I posted some bizarre videos earlier last year, and I recorded some more after I came back from winter break, but I didn't edit them in time, new patches hit, they became irrelevant. Still duly OTP, but I just haven't played the game that much. Anyway, considering that most of my Souls videos, or my Souls videos get the most views, and I think probably most of my subscribers are Souls-based viewers, um, I have decided to make another Souls video, and specifically the inspiration. I don't really like posting videos that I don't have inspiration for. If I don't feel inspired to play to do something, I would just rather not do anything and not waste my time and yours. But I do actually have inspiration for this video because I've seen so many times on Reddit, on Discord, that Midir is way too difficult, that Midir is unfair, that Midir is like the hardest boss in the game. He probably is. I think he contests Gale for the hardest. I think Gale's slightly harder, but I've fought Midir so many times that Gale's harder for me. But I can definitely see it being either one. However, I want to make it very clear, Midir is not an unfair boss. Midir has never been an unfair boss. There is nothing unfair about him. All of his attacks are fully dodgeable at all points, no matter where you are on the field. The only exception might be his large laser. That one can destroy you if you're not positioned properly, but with mindful positioning, you should not have any issues with Midir. There's a few important elements to fighting Dark Eater Midir. Number one, use lightning resin if you have it. If you have an infusible weapon, like the twin blades or like the dagger, use it and infuse it with lightning. Or just use a lightning weapon if you have one on hand. That's number one. Number two, there are a lot of guides on there, out there. I'm assuming most people, the first guide that they find is the Fextra Life guide, because, you know, they would click on the Fextra Life page and then click on the guide. It's an 11-minute long slogfest of a guy hitting Midir's toes. That man is stupid. Fextra Life is a bad source. They are stupid. Don't hit his toes. Hit the head. Always hit the head. It will be shorter, and you will be better at the game. I very much despise all playstyles that involve you not actually improving and rather you just cheesing, right? I mean, if the only thing you're trying to do is beat the game to get all the trophies and then move on to the next game, I mean, A, why are you playing video games, right? Like, are you just collecting trophies for no reason? You should do what you enjoy. But B, if you actually want to improve at any of the Souls games, if you want to go on to beating Elden Ring, or if you're playing in reverse, if you want to go beat Dark Souls 2 and 1, you're going to want to actually improve at the game, and by that, you don't just take the safest path through every obstacle, and you don't just fucking sit there and shield everything, and then hit when, you know, enemies have an opening. That won't help you in Dark Souls 2, that won't help you in Elden Ring, aka Dark Souls 2, too. Now, the last thing I want to note is this is my speedrun character because this is the easiest way to get to Midir, because I already had all the save states for my different speedrun builds. Obviously, this one was super slow. 2 hours 45 is not exactly where I want to be in terms of speedrunning speed, but, you know, I was just setting up save states. Obviously, Sellsword Twin Blade's completely broken. I have the perfect vitality to be in medium roll. This is the speedrun build. This is the speedrun armor. However, to make things a little harder for me, I'm only going to be using R1s with the Twin Blades. The most broken thing about the Twin Blades are their L1s. They're low stamina, low commitment, easy to pivot with attacks. Instead, we'll be using the R1. Still can pivot really easily, slightly faster, but does half as much damage. So, first, I'm going to I'm going to show you how to dodge every attack in positioning. And then second, I'm going to just do one full run of beating Midir, starting with the Rampage attack. The Rampage attack is the one where he, basically, it's his walking attack, where he walks while breathing fire and stomping. It is very easy to avoid, probably his easiest to avoid attack. All you're going to do is you're going to roll toward his left, your right, basically roughly in this direction. And then once you've rolled that way, you're going to turn around and run left like so. And then basically that will follow him. You won't get clipped by the tail, and you won't get clipped by the fire or anything. You're just going to avoid all the damage, and then you'll end up exactly where his head pops out. So, when he stomps, roll once, and now just run to the left. Run along his body here. Hello. Hello, large chicken. Boom. Roll through once. Just as the flames overtake your camera, generally, is when you want to roll, I found. Yeah, see, there's the double rampage. Even from far away, one well-timed roll and you're fine. You just roll under him. He will immediately rampage again. Midir will always do a double rampage after his phase 2 transition. This is his rear attack. Roll backward if he ever rears back on his body. Like that. There's also a chance that he'll turn around here and hit you with the tail. This is his laser attack. If he ever breathes directly down, that's his laser. You gotta run, and then run toward him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's his combo attack. Fire attack. Never play distance with Midir. Always play close. If you play distance, he will do his laser, and you do not want to see him when he's lasering. If he breathes fire, just run to the left. One, 2, 3. If he does a slower follow-up attack number 2, that means that he won't do a follow-up. 1, 2, 3. No follow-up because it was slower. Yell. Roll. One, 2. That's finished. That's the 3-piece combo. 1. And then rear back, 2. That's the 2-piece combo. His head usually ends up in the same place as where he started, so just, if you stay in the general vicinity, you'll be able to punish him. 1, 2. Lateral fire, just run horizontally. I fucked that up really badly and still didn't get hit. 1, 2. Straight fire. Bale style. Snap. Snap. Sweeping fire. One, 2, 3. 1, 2. These flames, you can kind of see where they are on the ground, so you can walk around them. Breathing fire downwards, just walk away. Should not have, I should have actually, I could have just dodged that. It was fairly obvious where the fire was on the ground. Oh, I might be an idiot. Oh, that was way too close. That was a different attack. I'm assuming now is when you're gonna... Okay. Just run. Nothing you can do. If he slams the ground like this, he's doing the humanities attack. He can only do this in phase 2 or later. Or later. There's only 2 phases. He can only do this in phase 2. Humanity attack. I generally just run through the humanities here, and then the other ones will miss him. Will miss you. Now, the most important thing about Midir is getting close to him. Obviously, the first attempt is the easiest because of this. However, even if you're not close to him, all of his attacks are dodgeable. And the one I get the most complaints about is the first one, is his rampage. So, he's going to breathe fire, When that foot stomps, you roll, and then roll one more time. Then roll to run to your left here, and then his head will plop down straight in front of your face. If he does the fire, just run to the left. It'll miss you. And then keep running the direction that you ran, and his head will plop down in front of you. All of my dodging techniques are calculated for... Okay, well, I'm bad. All my dodging techniques are calculated for seeing his head, like, plop down right in front of me so I can immediately punish. This is 2 swipes, and then he'll rear back and breathe fire at you. Just roll backward from the swipes. Care that the second one will go slightly further than the first one. So if you're safe from the second one, you're not necessarily safe from the first one. Okay, that attack is the one I'm worst at dodging, so hopefully I don't get further skill issued. If he does this, just block the flames, or block for safety, because sometimes they'll hit, sometimes they won't. And then walk back in when they're fading. So, when he roars like this, walk backward, and then when he charges, roll toward him, and you'll pop right in front of him. Once again, rampage. When he stomps, roll, and then just run. Here, when he does this, his tail will become a hitbox at the very end there. So if you're like way behind him, you have to roll the tail. Bite 1, bite 2, lock off, roll through. His head moving so much makes it really punishing to be locked on for a lot of his attacks. If he does the double stomp and then rears back, he'll breathe flame toward you. Just run laterally. 1, 2, 3. Sometimes he can continue that, and he'll keep moving if he does. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the full combo. Yell, roll, in this case away, because I know the spacing. I was too close to roll toward him there. I'd end up under him instead of by his head. Roll left, and then keep running. Or sorry, run left, not roll left. Lock onto his head for punishing, but not for running. 1, 2. Breathes fire like that. 1, 2. Just run horizontally. Roll under him, and he will just hard miss with everything, as I said. Hello there, large chicken. 1, 2, 3. If the second follow-up is slower, that means he won't extend the combo. When he charges, just run. There's no way you can punish this. Block, in case you didn't run far enough away. He should immediately do 2 rampages. That's an odd... Oh, right. Okay, this is a humanity attack. He can also do this. Just run laterally. This is the... Okay, this is the fire attack, obviously. Or the beam attack. It has a decent chance of just killing you outright if you're too far away from him and get unlucky. It's kind of a crapshoot whether you live or not. But it does give you a good punish window. If he does that, pray. That's the only attack of Midir's that I really just haven't deciphered quite yet, but it's very, very rare. It's a sick-looking attack, though. Yeah. So, immediately after his phase 2, he can do 2 attacks. Either he'll do the double rampage, or he'll do the humanities into beam, or just humanities. And then, whatever he does, if he hasn't done the double rampage, he'll immediately do 2 rampages in a row. So always be prepared for double rampage out of Midir post his phase 2 transition. This is the big boom attack. Run toward him. If you're near him, he won't do the laser attack. That's the humanities. Wow, that is incredibly unlucky. If you get this attack, though, if you're close to him, you should be safe. If you're under him here, you're generally safe. He doesn't really... Okay, well, I might just be lying. Generally, it's... until the very end, he doesn't actually attack you there. Boom. Almost dead. You always get a riposte. The riposte is consistent. His health bar is kind of fake. And death. So hopefully, with this tutorial, made Midir look a little easier. Hopefully, at least that. Hopefully, you'll be able to beat him more easily. The most important tips, I think, are generally you want to stay in the same spot. If he's doing his stationary attacks, all of his different combos, his head snap, most of those, he stays in the same spot, especially his claw swipe combos. If you just stay in the same spot as when before he started the combo, if that's where you end up afterward, his head will end up there. So just, you can pre-queue attacks before his head is even in the location and then hit him. It'll really help you pump out damage against Midir. That's number one. Number two, your armor, your level, your gear should be way better. I have a +2 Estus Flask, and only 9 of them, and I was one-handing sellswords. So I better not hear anyone tell me that sellswords carried me. Your build should be way better if you're this late game. You should be level like 110, I'd say. You should have not really light armor, and yeah, your damage should be much higher. You should have better rings, and your flask should be +10, right? With like 14 charges or however many you get in this game. So I don't want to hear it from anyone, okay? Well, thanks for watching. An idea I had recently was trying to route and learn the speedrun for the Convergence on because I did the Convergence speedrun back in 2021, but route and learn the Convergence in Elden Ring, which I've heard the Convergence is a cool mod in Elden Ring, as it was in DS3. So I might just try that. We'll have to see how it goes. So if that's something you want to see, let me know in the comments, because I will read all comments. So if that's something that's popular, let me know, and then I'll make it. Well, either way, wherever you are, have a good day, have a good evening. I'll see you next time.